Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Do you remember the car on the cover of the video? That 156 that was, well, it was not running at all. The clutch was bad and whatnot. I did that video in April, now is September, and the car again has some issues. The issues that I know of the time, and also a new issue now, the car does not start. Possibly it is a starter for the Symptom. I have started a good used starter to get on the car. I will do some testing, I will show you the testing also, and this time I will get the car home to do some more, some more complete work on the car, including some suspension work, because that suspension on the front is a little bit awkward. So I know that the guy now is a little bit better in this life, not that better, but a bit better, at least it is still here. And from the donations that I received from that video, I was able to, with your help, yes, I was able to assemble a group of parts and money to do the next phase of the repairs. So here we are on the 156. It was not necessary to replace the starter on spot because the car was on the downhill and we were able to push start it. So it means now that the ignition switch is good and all of that, and also I was able to test the signal wire that goes to the starter with the multimeter or the voltmeter, and the 12 volts are reaching the signal. So it means that yes, the starter, it is bad. But once I get home, I will replace the starter, do a general inspection, and then do a technical legal inspection to see also there that that shock absorber seems to me that is dead. And I want to see all of that, well, do all of the testing before starting work on the car, because it will be immobilized because of the injectors. I know that the injectors sometimes lock up and the car starts doing a lot of smoke. Not right now, okay? So, yeah. So to get this starter, I will try to do it from above. Already did it in the video that will come out in the future on the 105 horsepower, and I was able to do it from above. Also a issue with the starter, but this video will come out much sooner, so I want to show you how I did it. So I take out here the oil separator box, best known as oil catch can. This one catches the oil, separates it and releases it to the oil sump again. Taking out here the hose that returns the oil to the oil sump. It is on the side of the oil catch can, and one more here on this side. We also have, after all, a fuel leak here on this engine. Very strange fuel leak, because it is not on the high pressure fuel pump, it is not on the injector area, it is right here, not on the filter. It seems to be on a common rail. Very, very odd, this leak. I will clean everything very, very well, and I will torque again the hoses that go from the common rail to the injectors, and in that way watch again where the fuel leak is coming from. These pipes may be a little bit hard and in that way difficult to remove, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? When the engine is hot, it's easier to do this, but it's also worse to work on it. So do not know if you can hear it, but I have a V6 24 valve working over there. It will be on a channel sometime next year. Okay, I'm doing videos for June or July next year so far. Wow, this is being much more stubborn than the other one. Much harder. Well, the other one was filled with oil, so. Okay, the fan kicked in. Next, I want to take out the signal wire and the wire of the large cable that goes to the battery and alternator. I do that before taking out the 3 main bolts of the starter. I will have more videos for starters. For example, videos where I do remove the gearbox to do the clutch set, and 159, 156, 147, and then on that I include here the starter, but not here the wires, because I do not remove them altogether. Like I always say on the starters, always start by the most difficult things, because then you have to wait off the starter to deal with. I have a washer and a nut. I have it on the signal wire and on the main power wire too. Now breaking loose the 3 bolts and leave the easiest for last, so you can hold down to the weight of the starter while you are taking out the last bolt by hand. So possibly this center one, the most difficult one, it is the lower one. Make sure you are undoing it rather than tightening it more, like I was. Sometimes I'm really stupid. Use whatever tools you've got. I'm trying to purchase new tools, and that is possible because of you guys watching the videos. I am being capable of doing that. Also, a big thank you to my Patreon supporters. With them, it is really much more possible to equip better my workshop. Thank you for them. If you have the 110 horsepower and 115 horsepower JTD, this job is also possible from above, but you have to remove the EGR assembly. I will have a video just for that. Now the 2 most difficult ones are gone. They are all the same, the 3, the same type of bolt. Now the final one, let me see if I can put something over here. To put back in, do the easiest first, because you want to take out the weight of the starter. The other car where I did this video, where I did the repair on the starter, it was a crank no start. Very interesting video that will come out in the future. This fuel leak is very odd, because it seems to not have any leak, but all of a sudden, boom, a lot of diesel coming out of the engine. Almost seems like a cracked common rail. Already did confirm that this starter is the same as the other one. Again, this all of this work that I'm doing here on this car will not be charged to the owner of the car. This is still the channel supporting this work. Okay, that's why I'm doing here with used parts and whatnot. Okay, make sure the guide is there and is correctly fitted. Next I will drive it to see if everything is okay, and I will take advantage of that testing to visit a workshop, because I also do freelance on workshops doing diagnosis, and I have a call right now for 2 cars. Brilliant, it is working and the diagnosis is correct. We had no signal whatsoever, and now we have the car running. I already have some videos for starters. If you want me to open up the other starter to see what happened, Tell me down on the comments below. I do have some videos for that, and I will have. And if you want me to do on this one that I took out, please tell me down on the description, okay? So the fuel leak seems to be, well, the pipe that comes from the high pressure fuel pump to the rail was a little bit loose and moist, so it can be that. So I just retighten everything up, clean up here this backside of the engine to be dry, and next I will try to look again after a road test. See, that's why I have to do the road test, not because of the starter, if everything was solved or close to solved. The car now has the technical inspection for 1 more year. It was behind schedule for a few months now, but now it's all legal. The car now is roadworthy. It's not perfect, no, it's not. At least now it cranks, runs and drives. No more leaks. I mean, I have still to replace here this valve cover gasket, but the diesel leak is completely gone. At least it seems like it. Okay, already drove it quite a bit, and no more diesel appeared on the back of the engine, so that is good news. For the replacement here of the gasket, I already have a video for that. Is on the video about the timing belt of these 8-valve engines. It is down on the description. I too will replace the serpentine belt. This one is ready to go, really cracked, and I'm afraid it will go to underneath the timing belt. That is very bad for these engines, as you can recall, okay, on my previous videos. Okay, now that being said, the car still does need some things. The car, okay, is roadworthy, it can drive and it will drive, but I still need here a headlight. This one is foggy from the inside, not the outside, so that is not fixable. This one, it is a little bit better. And so the usual stuff of these cars. The car needs the bump stops on the rear and also on the front. The front shock absorbers are close to completely dead, and but they are both completely dead at the same level, so it passes on MOT. MOTs in Portugal are like this. They only compare the two shock absorbers on the same axle, even if they are both dead. If they are both the same amount of dead, they pass on the inspection. Here on the interior, everything is nice. The sunroof even works, and I still need there the sun visors from both sides, and the center rear view mirror is also completely gone. But I think now it's time to give back the car to the owner and enjoy it for a little bit longer. Here on the injectors, I believe it is not an issue right now. I thought at first, because the car did start to do a lot of white smoke off the exhaust, and the injectors were very strange. The noise that they were making was very noisy, and smoke coming out here of the engine area, and it came out here from this area. I believe now it was something else. I think I have the injectors in stock. Yes, I have, but I still have one left to test and to get to the specialist, and that takes time and some money, and I believe it is not really necessary right now, because the car before this, when I did the first video, the car was stopped for about 1 year or more, I don't remember now, and I believe I had some condensation of water on the diesel, leading to that very strange working on the injectors. I drove the car now for a while, and I have no issues again with this symptom. I think what happened was I had two problems: water on the diesel and the engine being coated with diesel and oil. When heated, make that smoke also. So let's wait for that for a bit. Let's see how the car reacts to this repair right now. I guess I will repair just here the gasket and the serpentine belt, and the car will go back to the owner. I think that is it. I have some new wiper blades over here, and the lights, I had some problems with the lights over here on the license plate. The lights were not working. One was not working and the other one was very dull. On the front I have a low beam. The bulb was upside down, so the focus of the light was very foggy. The presence light was not working, and the high beam was also not working. Of course, the headlight is like this, but now at least it has some light. If you want to do some contributions for this problem, and seeing here another issue, this thing is upside down, not like this. If you want to do some contributions, I have down on the description links for helps for the channel or for helps here for this, in this case on this video, for this car or the owner of the car, that being said. I have the Patreon, I have the PayPal, and I have another one called MBWay that I don't know if it works outside of Portugal or not, but in that case you can try. And also down on the description you have more links related to this car, related to this problem, like crank no start, like no crank no start, timing belts, separating belts, lights, brakes, suspension. I need here bump stops front and back. I need shock absorbers on the front. So I really do have a lot of stuff down on the description. I see you next time, guys. Bye.